Thanks for joining us for County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. The January snowfall that left hundreds of thousands of Montgomery County residents without power for days had Montgomery County Council members calling on PEPCO officials for answers. Susan Kennedy was there and she tells us how that meeting went. Susan?
Lorna, this committee session was originally set up weeks ago for PEPCO officials to come here and give committee members an update on improvements in their reliability. However, after the most recent snowstorm where thousands of people lost power for several days, the focus of this meeting changed.
Our citizens justifiably
Council members, particularly Vice President Roger Berliner,
we are tired of the excuses.
Were upset that PEPCO CEO Joseph Rigby declined to appear at the briefing, and the full-page ad apology by the utility in the Washington Post did little to satisfy him.
I'm getting very tired of the PR blitz. I want to see performance. I want to see real commitment. It's the beginning, but quite frankly, he should have been here today speaking to our council and turning publicly and being held accountable publicly for their actions. That's what people do when they really apologize.
It's difficult when you have a utility company that's not where it needs to be.
The council hammered away at the PEPCO A-team, as they refer to themselves.
We're not where we want to be, meeting our customers' expectations.
Demanding answers as to why these storms seem to paralyze the region's power supply.
We've had this conversation. It's a Groundhog Day experience, isn't it?
You have a rate structure that virtually guarantees you a rate of return. And it's hard for me to imagine why any of this is really believable any more than your corporate willingness to accept to being the worst or nearly the worst, depending how you look at it, was totally acceptable to your corporate standards. I don't get your corporate standards, frankly.
PEPCO ranks in the bottom quartile for day-to-day reliability, and it's been there for several years. Officials briefed council members on a 6-point plan for improving that ranking, including increased tree trimming and purchasing vehicles that can get to residents quicker. It's a 5-year plan that they say they are implementing aggressively.
When we go through and we work on the feeders, we're going very aggressively to trim the trees to take care of that outage problem. We're working to improve all of the infrastructure that feeds the customers so it'll perform better both during the normal day-to-day and also during storms.
Other questions arose about the utility's rate of return. State regulations allow utilities to collect higher fees to compensate for outages.
This is a crisis that needs to be resolved now.
I'm Susan Kennedy for County Report This Week.
Also this week, the council received a briefing from the Office of Emergency Management and Homeland Security on the January 26th storm event and the coordinated county response. That storm left 6 to 12 inches of heavy snow and brought traffic around the county to a virtual stop for hours. Councilmember Phil Andrews told us what kind of job he thinks the county did.
I think our fire and rescue personnel, our police personnel, the folks that clear the streets of snow, Health and Human Services people helping people who needed shelter, I think they all did a great job. The problem, it seems to me, since we had gridlock on the streets, which caused great problems for getting these jobs done, especially for public safety personnel and for highway services cleaning and plowing the streets, is that we had a problem with the regional approach to having employees go home before the snow started. And while the federal government had a early dismissal, and while the county government had liberal leave offered, they weren't successful in ensuring that employees actually got home before the snow began, or stayed in place if they didn't leave in time.
And during that same storm, a county resident suffered a heart attack while shoveling snow. Getting him to the hospital was a challenge, but he survived. Mel Newman recently met with the first responders that saved his life.
Thank you is an inadequate expression of the gratitude I feel.
It was a reunion to celebrate life and give thanks. Rockville resident Mel Newman came to Fire Station 23 to meet the firefighters that saved his life. On the evening of the rush hour snowstorm, the 73-year-old was shoveling snow and had a heart attack.
I was shoveling for about probably half hour, 45 minutes, and I got some pressure, not real pain. I never had any pain, but pressure and tightness in the middle of my chest. and that was not usual for me. I've never experienced anything like that.
His wife called 911, and firefighters from Station 23 in Rockville came to the rescue.
My husband was not looking good. I mean, he had oxygen on, and the traffic was unbelievable. There was cars stuck everywhere. The street, Old Georgetown Road, had not been plowed, so it took us forever to get there. We ran out of oxygen.
It was a race against time in the storm, but the critical and effective pre-hospital care received inside Engine 723 saved his life.
We did a 12 EKG, administered oxygen, obtained or initiated an IV, gave him aspirin, gave him nitroglycerin, and then continued to repeat the assessment, the EKG, and the vital signs.
The Newmans are thankful to the medic service received en route to Suburban Hospital and glad they called 911 just in time.
This is important that Mr. Newman or someone in his family dialed 911. Even in the height of a storm, we have to respond. And during the storm in January that we just experienced, fire rescue responded to every 911 call, regardless of the conditions that were out there.
Newman survived a cardiac arrest during a challenging situation. Now he's just back to work. Montgomery County's Organizational Reform Commission presented its final report to the County Council and County Executive. The commission outlined a blueprint for restructuring some agencies and recommended changes in processes and operations that could save at least $30 million per year to the county. One of those recommendations was to merge the park police into the county police force, combining park and recreational services. County Executive Ike Leggett had this to say.
The commission has got it right. We need to make certain that we proceed in an orderly fashion to ensure that we do this in a timely fashion. But I'm convinced that this is the right thing for us to do. It will enhance or maintain public safety, and it would also reduce some of the duplications and provide a great deal of revenue for the county.
The Department of General Services, through its Office of Procurement, is engaging the small business community in the county to promote its local Small Business Reserve program. In the program, the county's departments and agencies make it a commitment to allocate 20% of the purchase of goods and services for the small business community.
We've expanded the number of registered vendors from 200 to over 1,000. In the last year, we've quadrupled the number of solicitations that we've issued specifically to local small businesses. We've cut by over 60% the previous exemptions that took procurement opportunities away from business and directed them to the local business community. We're seeing extreme expansion in the solicitation offerings as well as the actual value of contracts awarded to local businesses.
The local Small Business Reserve program grants between $300 million to $400 million a year to small businesses and county contracts. For more information, visit montgomerycountymd.gov/DGS. When we come back, we'll tell you how the County Department of Transportation is working to improve services. And we will talk to Captain Starks about the arrest of a first-grade teacher accused of assaulting her students.
Everybody can use a friend, so why not become one of the libraries? Friends of the Library is a nonprofit organization with one mission: to enhance Montgomery County libraries. With chapters at 15 branches, 2 bookstores, and more than 100 volunteers, they make a difference. For librarians, the Friends provide training, scholarships, and new technologies. For the public, programs such as the Literary Luncheon Series, which celebrates local authors, or the Summer Reading Program for kids are offered. Visiting one of the Friends bookstores at Wheaton Library or in the Randolph Hills Shopping Center is always a bargain. Donate your books there too. To find out more, call 240-777-0020 or go online to folmc.org.
I'm home and I love it. I'm home where I belong. I'm home and I love it. I'm home where I belong.
It's always nice to come home, but these days, many Americans are at risk of foreclosure and losing their homes. Making Home Affordable is a free program from the U.S. government that has already helped over 1 million struggling homeowners like these. And we want to help you.
I'm home, and I love it. I'm home.
Find out now what your options are. Go to makinghomeaffordable.gov or call 1-888-995-HOPE. The sooner you act, the better chance we can help you.
I'm home, where I belong.
Captain Paul Starks joined us now to give us an update on the arrest of a Montgomery County public school teacher charged with 9 counts of second-degree assault. Captain Starks?
Well, Lorna, on January 7th, 3rd District officers responded for a report of a 7-year-old male student who complained that he had been assaulted by his first-grade teachers. That report was forwarded to the Family Crimes Division, and detectives ended up going to Greencastle Elementary School in the Briggs-Cheney area of Silver Spring. Over the course of a few weeks, they interviewed everybody in Susan Burke's first-grade class and determined that there were 8 children who claimed to be victimized and assaulted by Susan Burke.
Where does investigation stand right now?
She is out on $75,000 bond, facing 9 counts of second-degree assault. Investigators are continuing to coordinate with school board to determine if there are any other victims.
And the children, how are they doing?
The children are receiving counseling if they so desire, and that's being coordinated through school board. There was never any injuries that required treatment.
Thank you, Captain Starks. The first segment of the Inter-County Connector is ready to open for traffic. On February 21st, Governor Martin O'Malley will head the ribbon-cutting ceremony in the Georgia Avenue and I-370 entrance of the ICC. The new connector will be officially open to the public the following morning, the 22nd at 6 a.m. The ICC will link areas between I-270, I-370, I-95, and US 1 within central and eastern Montgomery County and northwestern Prince George's County with this east-west highway. Now let's go to Tom Pogue from the county's Department of Transportation for an update on how funding has been utilized for transportation improvements.
Hi, I'm Tom Pogue, Community Relations Manager for the Department of Transportation. Here's an update for Montgomery County. MCDOT received over $15 million in stimulus funding designed to help local governments jumpstart their economies. These projects will also improve the transportation infrastructure. Highway Services received $6.7 million to improve 7 deteriorating roadways, including portions of Barnesville Road, Shady Grove Road, Randolph Road, Forest Glen Road, Old Columbia Pike, Trevilla Road, and Whiteman Road. Barnesville Road is done. The remaining projects will be completed by next fall. Transit Services received $6.6 million to replace existing buses with 12 energy-efficient diesel-electric hybrids and 1 clean diesel bus. Transit also received $350,000 to purchase new bus dispatching software. Traffic Engineering received $1.8 million for 4 projects to improve traffic and pedestrian safety, including installation of additional traffic signal power backups and streetlights along Maryland 124. For additional information about other stimulus funds awarded to the county, go to our website at montgomerycountymd.gov/recovery. We're working to keep you moving.
Still to come on County Report this week, we will visit ancient ruins in Peru. And we'll take you on a photographic journey that highlights Holocaust survivors.
Hey, there's T-Rex, the active dinosaur who finds fun things to do with Montgomery County's Recreation Department. Getting involved in the county's recreational activities is easy. Just register like T-Rex. So get the guide and register by mail, online, or in person at one of the county's community centers. Hey, wait, where in the county is T-Rex going next?
Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? Now there is only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls, 311. MC311 is Montgomery County government's new online and telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility? Call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Remember, call 311 to get it done.
In the event of a car crash, 3 out of 4 kids are not as secure as they should be because their car seats are not used correctly. But the latch system makes it easier to get it right and to hold your kids tight. Anchor, tether, latch. Learn more at safercar.gov.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Lorna Virgili. For 13 days, a group of Montgomery College students and faculty participated in the Study Abroad program. The country of choice was Peru, and part of the experience included visiting archaeological sites such as Machu Picchu.
From December 27, 2010 to January 8, 2011, Montgomery College featured its latest Study Abroad program. A group of 21 current and former Montgomery College students, as well as faculty, traveled to the South American country of Peru. Over the span of 13 days, the group would visit the regions of Lima, Chiclayo, Trujillo, Cusco, and Aguas Calientes. Highlights of the trip included a private guided tour of Ventarón, a famous archaeological site in the city of Chiclayo, a visit to the sacred valley of the Incas in Cusco, finally visiting an alpaca farm in Cusco, where the group got to feed the llamas. But the part of the trip everyone will probably most remember is visiting the famous Machu Picchu. Often referred to as the lost city of the Incas, it is perhaps the most familiar icon of the Inca world. It is also widely considered one of the new 7 wonders of the world, with its vast landscapes and amazing scenery. The 2 weeks was filled with amazing times and memories the group will never forget. For more information about Montgomery College's Study Abroad program, please contact Professor Greg Malvo at Greg, G-R-E-G, .Malvo, M-A-L-V-E-A-U-X, at montgomerycollege.edu.
Don't miss your chance to experience the impressive art events happening at the Strathmore Mansion. Strathmore Remembers is a collection of art exhibits that commemorate the lives of Holocaust survivors. Dr. Ken Jassy, an art professor at Montgomery College, tells us more about this event.
Okay, the Strathmore exhibit called Strathmore Remembers has the Portraits of Life panels. It has Esther Krinitz's Fabric of Survival, and there are some concerts being given as well. The Portraits of Life exhibit contains 37 documentary panels. 2 of them describe the exhibition, and 35 of them are depictions of Holocaust survivors from the area. The Portraits of Life was created by, originally by some photography professors and their students. It started out as a project about teaching how to do documentary photography and doing field work. And that was able to transition into a traveling exhibit and an educational program to teach about the Holocaust and its lessons. And so it's a wonderful connection between Montgomery College and Strathmore, and at Strathmore they've talked about how this is their biggest event of the year, and we're happy to be a part of that. As far as the future of the exhibit goes, I think there's a lot of possibilities. We'd like to go to as many schools as possible. We've been to more than 20 schools already, and more than 7,000 students have seen it and been part of these assemblies. And it's certainly conceivable that we'll go to places outside the state. One of the things that we're thinking about is if we want to go much further afield than Montgomery County and Maryland, and that's certainly a possibility.
This week's Pet of the Week highlights a 4-year-old female cat. Here's Kathy Stanhope with more.
Hi, this is Kathy Stanhope with your Pet of the Week at the Montgomery County Humane Society, and we are here with Amherst. Amherst came here in kind of an unusual way. We came to work one morning and there was a cat carrier sitting right in front of our door, and Amherst was in there. We can only hope she didn't spend the night there. But she's about 4 years old. As you can see, she's gray and white. She's very friendly. She's a little scared right now, but she loves other animals. She loves kids. She loves laps. She's really very, very playful. She's not quite sure what's going on now, so she's a little tense, but she really is looking for a home that she can sit in your lap all day or curl up on the cushion. She's a very pretty cat. For anybody who really likes gray cats, I don't know if you can see it on the TV, but she's just a beautiful lush color of gray with the white trim that makes her look very dignified and very cute. She's a nice cat, so come on down to the shelter and meet Amherst or another cat like her. And remember, the winter can be really hard on your animals. Now, Amherst here does have a few pounds on her, but other animals sometimes can really burn through calories in the winter. So sometimes your animals, especially dogs, might need a few extra calories in the winter. So you might want to keep track of that and give them a little bit more food in the winter to kind of adjust accordingly. But come on down to the shelter, visit Amherst or another cat like her, visit us on the web at mchumane.org, or call us at 240-773-5967.
Coming up, we will go to Brookside Gardens and show you how some common plants can help the environment inside our homes. And we will show you a new method for printing that is environmentally friendly.
Every child is curious. George, look what I found. Turn their curiosity into a lifelong love of learning. That's a periscope. It's one of the most important gifts you can share. Create a curious reader. Oh, you want to build a castle like that one? This is super bedtime reading. Share a book together today. Visit read.gov.
We can all be energy savers. It's easy. Turn off lights. Use energy-saving light bulbs. And turn off electronics and appliances when not in use. Make a change and we can really fly. Learn more at energy.gov/kids.
When you earn your GED diploma, the barriers in your life fall. Take the first step and get free GED information in your area at 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or yourged.org. Earn your GED diploma and begin your brighter future.
Welcome back to County Report. I'm Lorna Virgili. There are some houseplants that can help us breathe better inside our homes. Let's hear the refreshing news by our friends at Brookside.
Do you have houseplants in your home? If not, you should consider getting some. Hello, I'm Ellen Hartranft from Brookside Gardens, and I'm here to let you know that ordinary houseplants have extraordinary benefits. Who knew that the common houseplants like golden pothos, chlorophytum, which is a spider plant, or philodendron have air purifying benefits. A recent NASA survey has shown spider plants, rubber plants, the common Boston fern all have the ability to purify the air. In addition, they just provide beautiful decoration for your home and psychological benefits in the winter. What's wonderful about the selection we have here is they really require very little care. They require low light, low water, and little fertilization. If you want to get a little more exotic, you can try things that require a little more skill, like orchids or begonias. If you'd like some more information about how to be successful with houseplants, stop by or call Brookside Gardens Library, or consider visiting the Friends of Brookside Gardens Orchid Festival on March 19th and 20th.
Registration for spring classes in the county's recreation facilities opens on February 14th. The Spring Guide offers many different classes and programs to help participants stay active and have fun, from yoga, Zumba, and belly dancing to pottery and cooking classes. For more information on registration, call 240-777-6840 or visit montgomerycountymd.gov/REC. There is an innovative way to get high-quality printed materials. It is called green printing. And today we feature a company headquartered in Gaithersburg that specializes in this technique. Susan Starks tells us more.
At Heron Printing, green is not just a color. They make it easy to be environmentally conscious by practicing eco-friendly ways to print. And joining me is Randy Heron, founder of Heron Printing. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Well, let's start off by talking about the printing process. Traditionally, you used to use a lot of chemicals, and those chemicals are really bad for us.
Right.
What are the green alternatives that you use now?
Well, one of the things we do now is the press behind us is a chemical-free, water-free press. So we've gotten rid of all the chemicals. Traditionally, let me back up a minute. Traditionally, what we used to do is we had to burn a negative, so you had to develop it, and that was chemicals. Then you stripped it up and you burnt it to a metal plate and you washed it with chemicals. And then you put it on the press and you did it. And the old ink used to have petroleum in it. So when you washed up the press to get everything off, then you get petroleum into the water, which then went into the water stream. So now what we've done is with this press, the computers actually send the files directly to the press. It images right on the press, and we've gotten rid of all those chemicals.
This uses,
yeah, it makes it a lot quicker for us. When we first got this, we went from having 100% capacity to having about 60% capacity in one day.
Talk about what kind of things you do recycle around the office. I'm very excited about my new pen. Yeah. I know you use these for all your employees.
Yeah, this is recycled cardboard and recycled plastic that's made for that. We kind of recycle everything. I mean, anything from the paper waste. In our kitchen, we have 3 recycling bins for paper product, for plastics. I mean, I have to take the plastics home because I can't get them picked up in Montgomery County. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
They're supposed to recycle, but they won't pick them up.
We'll have to look into that one.
So I take them home and I recycle them from home.
Thank you so much for all your commitments. You do a lot of green things around here, and I know you do it just because you know it's the right thing to do, so it's really appreciated.
Good, well, thank you.
As the environment needs us more and more, it is of the utmost importance for the printing industry to continue its movement towards finding and using the least polluting, environmentally friendly materials and methods when producing printed products.
The Lunar New Year is fast becoming a tradition in Montgomery County. Many businesses, families, and organizations celebrate this holiday with activities and programs. County Executive Ike Leggett recognized the county's large and diverse Asian American population as an important part of the county's diverse and global community. The executive extended well wishes for the Year of the Rabbit. That does it for County Report this week. Join us at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. I'm Lorna Virgili. Thank you for watching.
Hans Reamer, Montgomery County Council Member at Large, will speak on making a difference, working in nonprofits and political campaigns at MC's Tacoma Park Silver Spring campus on February 18th. His presentation is part of the college's Profiles in Public Life series. Montgomery College has joined the Maryland Campus Compact for Student Veterans. The compact calls on Maryland's colleges to do more to ensure the educational success of veterans who choose to return to school and to improve on-campus services for veteran students. Become a better informed global citizen. Visit From a Culture of Violence to a Culture of Peace on MC's Germantown campus. This traveling exhibit has been viewed in over 200 cities in 24 countries, is free, and runs through Friday, February 18th.